Okay, let's dive in. Imagine this. It's a clear August morning, August 28th, 1991, just before dawn, 4:42 a.m. local time.
Right.
And suddenly, over the Manjislak Peninsula, radar screens just light up. There's just a huge anomaly.
Yeah, huge is the word. Sources described it as dirigible shaped,
Mhm.
like a giant cigar or airship.
Flying west to east and fast,
Mhm.
like 960 kilometers per hour, high up at 6,600 meters,
And completely silent, radio-wise. Just wouldn't respond to hails.
which of course means scrambling the jets.
Instantly. Yeah, MiGs were sent up to intercept. And what those pilots reported, though, that's where this really takes off.
Takes off is right. They get eyes on it, and it's enormous, this dirigible shape.
The estimates are just staggering. 600 meters long, maybe 110 wide.
6 football fields. It's hard to even picture that scale flying.
Almost no details on the surface, apparently. Just two round holes near the front. Kind of intriguing.
But then things get really weird when they get close.
Yeah, this is the key part. As the MiGs approached, their systems just started shutting down. Instruments going haywire. Engines sputtering. Malfunctioning.
Wow. I mean, for something to just passively interfere with advanced military jets like that, how unusual is that?
Extremely. I mean, extraordinarily so. Our sources don't really explain how, but that level of electromagnetic interference or whatever it was,
Hmm.
it suggests, some kind of energy or technology way beyond what we typically encounter.
Was it deliberate, do you think? Like a defense mechanism?
Or maybe just a side effect of its propulsion. It's impossible to say. But it wasn't just sitting there passively.
No, it reacted.
It did. It started these wild zigzag evasive maneuvers. And the speed,
Right, you mentioned the initial speed was fast, but this.
it just rocketed from 960 kilometers per hour up to an unbelievable 6,800 kilometers per hour.
It's what, nearly Mach 8.
Pretty much. And then, maybe half an hour after it was first sighted, near Lake Icicle, close to the Kyrgyzstan-Kazakhstan border, poof, vanished from radar.
She gone.
Gone.
Okay, so normally that might be the end of it. An amazing pilot report, an unsolved radar case. But not this time.
No, because about a month later, reports started coming in, whispers of a crash.
A huge object matching the description, reportedly down in the Tian Mountains.
Specifically in a gorge called Chaitan Mazar,
Which means,
Grave of the Devil. Gives you chills, doesn't it?
yeah, definitely sets a tone. And getting there wasn't easy.
No. The initial attempts failed. First a search party, but they were stopped by heavy snow. Then they sent an Air Force helicopter.
And the helicopter crashed.
It crashed. Just adds to the mystery, the danger associated with this location.
So it wasn't until almost a year later, June 1992, that another expedition finally made it.
That's right, June 12th, 1992. They got there, set up a base camp, and started documenting what they found.
And the object itself, what state was it in?
Well, the sources say it looked like it slid about 1,700 meters after impact, a huge distance.
Wow.
And then it seems like it exploded from the inside right around the middle.
An internal explosion.
Yeah, blew it into almost two equal halves, bending the structure outwards. They could actually see decks and interior structures through the gap.
Incredible. So, okay, for this deep dive, we're really going to focus on what that expedition found. The physical evidence, the weird phenomena at the site itself.
Absolutely, because this goes way beyond just a crashed object. The environment around it was affected.
Okay, let's get into that. What was the first thing the expedition noticed?
Well, one of the most immediate problems was documentation. They couldn't take pictures.
What do you mean couldn't?
Just couldn't. All their film apparently was exposed instantly. Any videotape they tried to use was ruined, wiped clean, or just static.
By some kind of radiation.
That's the assumption. Some unknown radiation coming from the object or the site. Imagine trying to record this monumental discovery, and your tech is useless.
That's incredibly frustrating. And you mentioned other weird effects, too.
Oh, yeah. It got much stranger. Anyone who got closer than about 800 meters to the main wreckage started feeling off.
Yeah.
Reports of unusual anxiety, sudden depression, extreme exhaustion, really pronounced psychological effects.
And physical ones, too, right? The hair standing on end.
Exactly. Within that same 800-meter zone, men reported their hair literally standing on end, and instruments confirmed abnormally high levels of static electricity in the air.
So you've got radiation blocking photos, psychological effects, and intense static electricity. It's like a zone of weirdness.
A zone of weirdness is a good way to put it. And it affected instruments even more profoundly. Compasses, for example.
What happened with them?
They just stopped working properly within a large area around the object. Same with magnetometers, which measure magnetic fields.
Stopped working how? Like spinning wildly.
No, even stranger. within an elliptical area quite specific, measuring 2,230 meters long and 1,700 meters wide. Centered on the object, the instruments registered no magnetic field at all.
None, not even the Earth's natural field?
Zero. Even naturally magnetic rocks found within that ellipse showed no magnetic properties when measured inside the zone. It's like magnetism itself was just canceled out there.
That fundamentally messes with physics as we know it. No magnetic fields.
It's deeply puzzling, like a
Yeah.
localized suspension of natural laws.
And it wasn't just magnetism, was it? There was something about time, too.
Right. This is another baffling detail. At about 600 meters from the object, all their timepieces, clocks, wristwatches just stopped.
Stop dead.
Stopped dead.
Oh.
So add that to the list. Radiation, weird static psychological effects, a magnetic null zone, and now time itself behaving strangely.
And it was physically dangerous, too, closer in.
Yes. Reports indicate anyone getting closer than 500 meters started suffering from what seemed like radiation burns. So a definite physical hazard zone, too.
Okay, so the environment was bizarre. What about the object itself? Any more details from the wreckage?
Well, even damaged, there were some visible features. The expedition noted symbols, green symbols, on what looked like a tail section.
Green symbols? Any idea what they meant?
No clue offered in the sources, just
Oh.
green symbols. And also dark rings around the stern, the back end.
Dark rings.
Yeah, the speculation in the report was that these might be related to the engine or propulsion system, but again, purely speculative.
And they could see inside where it was broken open.
Yes, they mentioned seeing, distinct decks and structural components inside the craft through that blast opening. Confirmation of a complex manufactured interior.
Right. So let's try and piece this together. We have this object, absolute massive, performs impossible aerial maneuvers, disables military jets,
Crashes in a remote mountain range.
and creates the zone around it where photography fails, people feel sick and anxious, hair stands on end, compasses don't work, clocks stop, and there are physical radiation burns closer in.
It's an incredible collection of anomalies. And what's striking is how they all seem centered on the object, within specific distances. It suggests maybe a single underlying cause, some kind of energy field we just don't understand.
Yeah, it's not just random glitches. It feels like a coherent set of effects. The radiation affecting film, the static, the psychological impact, the magnetic null zone where even natural rocks lose their magnetism.
And the clock's stopping at 600 meters. It's all part of this bubble of altered physics around the crash site.
The source material, it poses a question, doesn't it, about the crash itself?
It does. It asks, essentially, was this a controlled landing that went wrong, maybe planned by a crew, or was it something else, like maybe an automated program on a navigation computer failing?
And the source concludes,
This question may be mystery forever.
a potentially unanswerable question at the heart of it all.
Which leads to the bigger picture, really. You have to consider the implications. If something this huge, this technologically advanced, can just show up, interact with our world in these ways, crash, and leave behind a site that defies our understanding of physics, what does that mean?
What does it mean for our neat little models of the universe, our place in it?
Exactly. We're confronted with a mystery here, the grave of the devil. That, as the source itself suggests, might just be fundamentally beyond our grasp, a true unknown.